Thank you for joining us for today's webcast entitled Unlocking Efficiency, Integrating Modern Contextual Content Services for Duck Creek Policy. Today's webcast is being recorded and all lines except for the presenters have been muted. Questions are encouraged and can be submitted using the chat box feature, and they'll be answered at the conclusion of the presentation. My name is Peter Hers, and I will be the moderator for today's event. I am a member of the Solution Partner team at Duck Creek Technologies, a core system provider to the property and casualty insurance space. My main responsibilities at Duck Creek are managing and growing an ecosystem of over 90 solution partners, the vast majority of which have developed one or more integrations with Duck Creek. We are very fortunate today to be joined by Duck Creek solution partner Newgen and Duck Creek system integrator partner LTIMindtree. Representing Newgen is Anurag Shah, and from LTIMindtree we have Prakash Vedantam. I'd now like to give them both a moment to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Peter. Hi, I'm Anurag Shah. I manage the products and solutions for Americas at Newgen. I'm based out of our headquarters here in McLean, Northern Virginia. Uh, my primary responsibility is to manage the products and solutions, which also includes the surround capabilities with the Duck Creek policy, its integration with our products, and then coming up with the use cases in partnership with LTIM and giving those value props to our insurance customers. So happy to be here. Prakash?
Thank you, Anurag. Peter. My name is Prakash Vedantam. I'm based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So my role in LTIMindtree is a solutions advisor, and I work with insurance companies and have been working with insurance companies for the last 25 years and helping them along their digital transformation journey. And apart from helping customers like leverage the getting the best out of Duck Creek platform, we also kind of bring in partners like Newgen to provide the best value for the integrated solution. So happy to be here and looking forward to speaking with you all.
Thank you both. I just want to give a brief intro on Duck Creek before I turn it over to Anurag and Prakash for the majority of the presentation. Just a little bit about Duck Creek, focusing on policy. So we're proud of the impact that we've had on customers and the incredible business that we've built over the last 20 years. Duck Creek is a proven market leader. Our customers use us for mission critical systems, and you can basically consider Duck Creek to be the heart and lung for insurance companies. We have exceptional customer retention rates, and we deliver a significant ROI for our customers. Today, we work with over 200 P&C insurance carriers, which shows our breadth and depth and experience, of course. And we've completed over 1,100 successful implementations, which illustrates our expertise in deploying our software. We are leaders when it comes to the cloud, with over 130 customers in production in the cloud today and growing on a monthly basis. Some general company numbers: we have over 1,700 employees globally. We're strong financially with over $300 million in revenue yearly, and we were recently acquired by Vista Equity Partners for $2.6 billion. Duck Creek products are used by the top 5 North American carriers as well. In terms of our product stack, we have a cloud-based product called Duck Creek On Demand, and it's made up of 3 standalone pieces: policy, which is the focus of today's presentation; claims; and billing, the 3 cornerstones of any insurance carrier. We also have some additional products such as distribution management, which lets insurers automate tasks like ensuring license compliance, compensation management, and producer onboarding. Reinsurance management, which enables insurers to automate the critical financial and administrative functions required by primary insurers. Rating, which enables carriers to launch as well as modify existing products across all lines of business and easily develop rates. Industry content, which consists of pre-built commercial lines content from ISO, AAIS, and NCCI. Insights, which lets carriers gather internal and external data and analyze and report on it. And finally, digital engagement, which enables P&C carriers to deliver portal experiences that results in more productive and loyal agents and brokers. As I mentioned earlier, the focus will be on Duck Creek Policy today, which has been a proven product for the last couple of decades and is rated best in class. Just a couple quick notes on it. Using policy, over 2 million policies are issued annually, and over $20 billion in direct written premium is written for customers annually as well. And we have over 50 customers live today with Duck Creek Policy. And then finally, just wanted to talk about a little bit about our customers and our pre-built and specialty lines of business. Our expertise and maturity in P&C and general insurance comes through in the outstanding coverage our customers deliver across all lines of business. And you can go to the next slide, please. Duck Creek offers the best of both personal and commercial, as well as the flexibility to meet specialty lines. Our customers offer products from A to Y, agriculture to yachts, and they deliver coverage across all 50 states in the U.S. for both personal and commercial lines, as well as offering tremendous reach globally. Having said that, I'd now like to bring in our producers, our other speakers, and let's kick this off with Prakash. In the implementations LTIMindtree has experienced, what are the challenges faced by insurers with regards to ECM and contextual content management?
Yeah, thank you, Peter. So just to, before I start on this, just want to give some brief about LTIMindtree's experience, right? So overall, we have been working on the Duck Creek platform for the last 21 years. And along with that, like we also have a horizontal practice, like which helps our customers with implementing enterprise content management systems and contextual content management systems. So over the years, like of many years of experience, what we have seen is carriers like have for accomplishing like different functionalities, right? Enterprise content management and the customer communication management. Customers had to use like at least like 2 to 3 products actually for accomplishing this same functionality, and it involves like a lot of complex integrations between the core systems and these different systems actually, and it requires like different skill sets to maintain these systems. And a lot of times because of differences in the technology stack, the way that documents are distributed or retrieved for different personas, so there are challenges with that kind of thing actually. And we also have seen having worked with uh, length and breadth of personal line, commercial line, and specialty insurers. So we have seen like situations like where, especially with specialty carriers, you have scenarios like where you need to have like a capability to process like large schedule policies. So, for example, we have seen carriers like having 80,000 locations uh, or 20,000 risks at multiple globally distributed locations. So, in order to process these documents and produce the documents and manage those, it's been we have seen like challenges with some of the systems actually. And also with specialty carriers, as you know, like one of the key functionalities is ability to add like manuscript endorsements, right? And a lot of times like underwriters like prefer to have that functionality. The core system produces the documentation and they would like to add on like additional manuscript endorsements before issuing the policies to the customers. So they look forward to this kind of solution from many of these document management and customer communication management systems. And and what we also seen with many of the implementations is nowadays like we see like all of the systems are real time and your API based integrations are there, and you're able to get the documents like in an instant actually. But a lot of the systems are still kind of use like legacy batch based integration, which kind of uh, hurdle provides a hurdle in that providing that straight through processing or a real-time digital experience. And having if when you're using like multiple products to accomplish this functionality, like one product for content management and one for the document management, your data is distributed in different repositories actually. So that makes it like hard to kind of apply the security and do the data governance, information security governance. So there are challenges in those aspects as well. And finally, when you work with like carriers like, I mean, personal and carriers, These are carriers like where you have like large volumes of policies and transactions that can happen in a day, and your system should be able to support and handle that kind of a volume actually. So we have seen like commercial line carriers like where you need to have the capability to handle like large schedule policies, and on the other spectrum like we have carriers like who need like ability to process like large volumes. The document size may be less, but the system should be able to handle like large volumes. So we have seen like these length and breadth of different kind of problems actually that carriers face, and that is where we have looked at the ecosystem and partnered with Newgen, which provides like a unified product suite combining with all the functionalities actually. So Peter,
Thanks,
turn it
Prakash.
over to
Yeah,
you.
that's a good segue for Anurag. Anurag, can you talk a little bit about the products? I mean, Newgen has a great suite of products. Um, can you let us know how some of these products address the challenges that Prakash brought up?
Yeah, certainly. In fact, Prakash talked about those challenges which we strive to help our insurers resolve. So, Newgen platform is a future fit technology, providing capabilities to meet those future customer and employee needs with adaptivity, creativity, and resilience. The platform provides foundational, intelligent, collaborative, and transactional content and communication services platform. The foundational services include things like libraries, repository services, metadata search, lifecycle management of the documents, security. The intelligence in the content services gives our insurers leading edge technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, integrations. Prakash talked about challenges around integration, so it includes those, the APIs and low code development tools, interoperability, and federation. We understand that insurance organizations have several systems and several places where data and information are scattered. And then it also includes extended services for collaborative content applications like document management, team collaboration, file and document sync and share, record management. And these extended services for transactional content application also provide and include things like e-forms, reporting, digital process automation, multi-channel capture for email, portal, call center, mails, scanning, and of course, electronic signature wherever it is required. So that's the content services part of the platform. The CCM, the customer communication management in Newgen platform, helps with things like document authoring, generation, and delivery to the customers and policyholders and prospective policyholders. So there are many use cases. For example, policy letter, schedule, certificate of insurance, renewal reminders, beneficiary letters, maturity notice, endorsements, claim approval letters, statements, bills, and so on and so forth. There are several such use cases for which documents are. Prakash talk referred to documents getting generated from Duck Creek, and then manuscripts and endorsements, those getting required to be added to that. So it takes care of those things. It integrates with Duck Creek to get those documents which are already generated by Duck Creek, as well as the source data which are required to be used in creating the endorsements, manuscript, and all these letters and schedules that I just talked about. So the platform provides low code and no code based product components for policy wording and clause management to achieve these to generate these documents. And the delivery of these documents can be batch, can be on demand, can be one-to-one interactive, uh, could be multilingual if you are operating in different geographies and you need multiple languages, and all of these with your organization's branding and customer personalization. So if we go to the next slide, we will see that the content work desk capabilities, it includes it kind of enables the case workers in any insurance organizations to access the information through one single interface. The information that are stored or scattered across large and complex documents, images, audio files, video files, emails, Microsoft Office generated documents and files. So it enables the various personas of these case workers to create and generate these numerous documents for communicating with their customers. The ability to extract and merge pages from various existing documents, as well as to be able to create new documents, for example, for a claim or for a policy. Ability to compare documents with differences highlighted automatically. For example, a last year's policy with a current year, maybe to indicate the coverage differences for a customer or to a customer during a claim processing. The other extremely critical feature provided is contextual content discovery. Uh, the relevant content in the context of the process from history of the life of the policy, often running through the decades, which could be structured as well as unstructured, participating in different business processes. For example, an accidental video of an accident submitted as part of the claims processing, and then allowing a claim surveyor, for example, to be able to add annotation at the point of accident in the video, and other critical junctures in a long and large video file, which when the claim adjuster sees that, would be able to search and view in matter of seconds, as opposed to watching the entire lengthy video. So that kind of features in the context of the process and the content are provided for the customers. And then collaborating with multiple customers, the collaboration piece within this platform, allowing these all these stakeholders to be able to add comments, share recommendations, and even collaborate in real time at multiple steps of the while they are processing the case. The knowledge workers who use tools like Teams, Zoom, uh, and the Newgen platform, providing these seamlessly from the business applications like Duck Creek in such content-based process collaboration. And all of these capabilities with adequate security control and uh, regulatory adherence. So if we go to the next slide, just a quick snapshot on the recognitions the platform has uh, platform has been able to gather from likes of Foresters and Gartners. So if you see, the platform is already there in the leaders uh, wave of Forrester. And Cheryl McKinnon, who is the analyst who comes out with these Forrester wave reports, she says that in her own words, it's an advanced content platform having scalability for heavy workloads, flexibility in the deployment, uh, advanced automation capabilities, including artificial intelligence. And this platform also has been given highest possible scores on different parameters, especially those which make a lot of critical sense when an insurance organization is looking at content and using the content as part of during the processes, whether it is migration, whether it is document management, lifecycle, intelligence infusing into the content, uh, transactional content services, text analytics, document generation, intelligent document extraction. And if you go to the next slide, you will see that not only Forrester, but different other analysts like Gartner or Aspire or G2 or Aragon, uh, the peak metrics from the
Everest.
yeah, where Newgen has been placed as a leader. So what these analyst recognitions really means for our customer is that here is a platform which is contemporary, which has been keeping pace with the industry, with the technology, with the functional aspects which are required by an insurance organizations, and continues to innovate and be creative.
Thank you.
Peter?
Yeah, thanks, Anurag. That was very helpful. Can go a little bit deeper and help us understand how Newgen solved the problems for like policy wording and clause management?
Yeah, sure. So let me take you through a case study of an international specialty insurance group who is this carrier is underwriting more than 100 classes of specialty insurance in across 180 countries throughout the world. They mainly focus on their organizational focus is on product innovation and compliance, and their products include all of the typical specialty products like medical, stop loss, aviation, public risk, directors and officers, and other types of professional liability, surety, and so on and so forth. So this organization, they embarked on a platform standardization journey across all of their core technology, which includes policy administration, policy issuance, archival, workbench. And during this transformation project, they realized that one of the key aspect in standardization is the centralization of templates for quotations, for policies, and other communications that are going out to the customers, and also to the agents or producers who are on behalf of the customer interacting with the insurance company. And the challenges during this in this standardization and the centralization, what they faced was they had a huge dependency on multiple disjointed document generation utilities. Documents were coming from different application sources, including policy admin systems, of course. And they did not have a central template repository, because each source would come up with its own repository with its own template, which on an average created 1:5 duplicate static templates, resulting into manual reworking by the users. And of course, all of these disjoints and all of those things are resulting into lack of audit trails, lack of central rights management. So if you go to the next slide, you'll see that the solution and the return on investment that was provided to the customer. I mean, of course, Newgen Enterprise Platform was used to implement and manage all of these. It reduced from 6,000 or more than 6,000 static templates to less than 300 rules-driven templates, which in turn also helped the organization to reduce the changes in those templates, because now it is all standardized and centralized. So the changes in the templates were reduced by 30 to 40%, and which helped them reduce their error rates by up to 80%, with improved compliance. And all of these resulted in this platform becoming a part of strategic products within this group. So the result is centralized repository, 100% audit and control, faster change management, on demand, interactive, batch, all types of generation of documents, tight integration with policy admin systems and other peripheral business applications, giving multilingual communications, and about more than just north of 250,000 communications, which is being generated on an annual basis. Peter?
Sure. Thank you very much. Um, Bringing Prakash back in. Prakash, can you talk about how LTIMindtree can help Duck Creek platform users adopt Newgen?
Yeah, sure, Peter. So before I get into the details of this, so as I mentioned earlier, like LTIMindtree as a company, like we have been working with Duck Creek platform for the last 21 years. So over the years, like we have seen the journey of the Duck Creek policy platform, right from the early versions to the latest, like policy active delivery version. So we have seen like the journey of the platform, and we understand we have very deep knowledge of the APIs and the integration points, like where documents are generated and where document management system integrations are there. So we have a very deep knowledge of this Duck Creek platform, right? Not only, though we are talking about the policy here, so we have like a very rich experience across the suite actually. So claims, billing, and reinsurance management or distribution management, clarity, and all other versions actually, all other modules. So based on our deep integration, deep knowledge of these systems, so we are able to isolate and identify the integration points, like where the document management system needs to come in into the workflow. So based on our knowledge, like we have built a seamless integration with with the Newgen platform actually. So we have created like two interfaces, so that will kind of help with the contextual content management as well as the enterprise content management modules. So that helps with the storage of documents and retrieval of the documents and seamlessly from within the Duck Creek platform within the workflow. And we also have the plugin. So let me go to the next slide. So here you see an example of like, okay, how the Newgen's OmniDocs workdesk can be kind of integrated. It is showing like the integration with the policy platform and how users can within the workflow they can access the workdesk and be able to work with the documents within the context of their workflow actually without leaving the policy interface. And as Anurag has mentioned, like there are rich capabilities that the workdesk brings actually. So, and just to highlight like few of the points here, so there is a deep integration with Duck Creek, right? So let's say if you want to look at the different folder structure, searching the content, like whatever, whether it is manually uploaded document or system generated document, or viewing the document, or comparing the policy documents for over the years, either like merging or splitting the documents. All of that functionality is available within the workdesk for the underwriters or the personas like whoever is interacting with the system. And all the while, like it kind of enables that security and authorization and making sure that okay, the right users are accessing the right content.
Um, Prakash, if somebody is interested in learning more about these integrations or trying them out, where can they find them?
Yeah, sure. So let me, yeah. So here, so these documents, I mean, so these integrations, like what you have developed in conjunction with Newgen team. So these are deployed on Content Exchange. So here, these are available in the Content Exchange for the users to download. And here we are showing like a deployment example of like how these integrations can be deployed in a Azure environment actually. And as I mentioned, like based on our experience uh, with implementation of Duck Creek, so we understand the latest and greatest standards like that Duck Creek kind of provides as a best practice, and these integrations or APIs are available to be deployed in compliant with the Duck Creek on-demand standards, right? And these are future-proof. And as customers like move to, let's say, policy active delivery, so these kind of work with those versions as well, actually. So, and these are available in Content Exchange. So both of these integrations, see both the Newgen OmniDocs Enterprise Content Management and the Newgen CCM integration policy. These are available in the Content Exchange for carriers to download and leverage them. Peter.
Thank you. Yeah, Anurag, anything to mention there?
I mean, certainly the partnership with LTIM gives our insurance this combined value prop, which includes not only the support and integration modules from LTIM, but also those APIs which from Newgen products are used here and which have been integrated with Duck Creek policy, we have taken a step further within Newgen product and included all of these integrated modules as a part of the base product offering. With what that means for our insurance organization and customers is, tomorrow, let us say if Duck Creek upgrades and provides updates, or let's say Newgen comes up with updates and upgrades, or for example, LTIM includes a new use cases or enhances a use case in an integrated offering. All of these seamlessly are supported directly from the base product, both from Newgen as well as Duck Creek. So that is a kind of further step that we have taken in the interest of our insurance carriers.
Got it. Yeah. Um, yeah. Building on that, can you talk a little bit about Newgen as a solution partner of Duck Creek and some other ways that Newgen can help customers?
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, so uh, the various use cases, and Prakash probably would be able to add a little bit more color on this, but we have seen that Newgen platform has already been used by several of the PNC and specialty insurance carriers across their lines of businesses, whether they are initiating and creating new policies or underwriting those, and post underwriting when it comes for contract binding, where you are generating the policies, you are assimilating the documents, creating, I mean, for example, if it's insurance specialty group insurance, the case study that I talked about, the contract or the policy bond goes into 50 pages, 80 pages, 100 pages, sometimes even more than that, where the documents and those are assimilated from various sources. And then after the policy is issued, for the life of the policy, there are servicing needs where customers and policyholders, they come up with servicing needs, they contact the customers, the insurance carriers, and of course claims management. So across the lines of businesses, the Newgen platform is already being used, and LTIM has come up with those integrated offerings for these use cases. Prakash?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, Anurag. And though we kind of were talking more around the policy actually, so the interfaces that we build, like for storage, document storage and retrieval, or be it like integrating with the contextual content management services, these APIs can be leveraged for billing or the claims modules, right? So, for example, to extend like a example of a billing use case, so if you're generating an invoice, right? So the template of that invoice can be defined using the clause management library, clause library, and it can be managed within that. And Duck Creek's APIs can be integrated with the same interfaces, that the integration layer that we already built actually. And similarly, with from the claims module, there is a forms and correspondence module Duck Creek provides actually. And during that workflow as well, so you can generate some regulatory notifications that needs to go out to the customers, or provide updates on the claim status, or be it like claims notification or registration, right? So the use cases that are mentioned here, the same interfaces that can be invoked from these different modules. And given our experience with across the full suite of Duck Creek, so that is where we kind of bring that value here, help our customers like kind of integrate Duck Creek platform with Newgen platform in a seamless way.
So we're going to open it up for questions in a moment. Before we do so, I would like to ask Prakash one more question. You've been doing this for a couple of decades, Prakash. So can you share any key learnings on what to avoid when choosing an ECM solution?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, Peter. So as I mentioned, like LTIMindtree, like it's not only our Duck Creek experience we are bringing to the table here. So we have a horizontal practice like that implements these document management systems or contextual content management systems across different verticals actually. So we are bringing that experience as well to the table here, and we have seen like a lot of learnings across like various implementations, right? So if you see like whenever we are embarking on a ECM or a CCM implementation, so one thing that needs to be remembered is like there is history of like a lot of data that is already available in the environment, right? So there's a lot of importance need to be given for data migration is a big consideration for these kind of projects. So that needs to be thought through like right from the beginning. And the content governance and security, right? Like, and who has access to the documents, how you'll be accessing the documents, how you're securing the documents, and making sure like the right documents are delivered to the right personas. So that kind of enforcing that governance, establishing that governance upfront is very critical actually. And as you are embarking on these modern systems like Newgen or Duck Creek, so one of the challenges like carriers like face is like try to stick to the old ways of working, right? But there are like new ways of working and to optimize the business process. And so that is where one of the things like that we have helped carriers and various implementations is helping them like look at the overall journey and how you can get the best of both Duck Creek as well as Newgen, right? And how you can optimize the business process. So these are some of the learnings that we have. And as I mentioned, like some of the best practices also that we have combined here. Uh, as these modern systems are implemented, change management and user adoption, right? That is a very, very key aspect actually. And I cannot emphasize like more on this. And the success of this, you may build a like great integration between two systems, but if you're not able to manage the change and communicate with the users on how best they can leverage the best of these both worlds, then it will be a failure actually. So that is where the user adoption and making sure the change management is incorporated like right from the beginning of the project, and having a good strategy around change management is very essential for the success of these kind of large programs. And as I mentioned, like data management and security, so you might be bringing in like a lot of data, historical data, and making sure like all of the data management and security controls are applied for these different personas. So that is also one of the best practices we have kind of captured over many implementations. And again, like content management optimization, right? And this goes to the example like which Anurag had given, where help the carrier like kind of reduce the number of templates. And like if I take an example like specialty carriers, right? So you may have like a lot of manuscript endorsements, so that are typically like very custom actually. So uh, when you're implementing these systems, it presents an opportunity to look at all the templates, optimize, and kind of get to a smaller subset that is manageable. So that is also one aspect like that, a best practice that needs to be looked into, not just kind of migrate everything like that used to do and on Newgen, but rather take this opportunity to optimize and leverage the capabilities of this platform. So based on our experience of implementing these both different document management systems and various Newgen implementations as well, and Duck Creek, so that is where we kind of help customers and our carriers uh, implement these best practices as they go along. And similarly with these implementations, you also need to be mindful of uh, certain pitfalls, right? Like let's say for example, when you're embarking on this project, it's always like good to show like a uh, a phase-wise approach, right? So take small steps, like so demonstrate and show that okay how the integrated system would work, and get the feedback, and then go with the future and go with a phase-wise implementation. So that kind of helps with the user adoption as well. Okay, and also like from a data migration point of view, so depending upon the volume of data, so your actual data migration may take long time actually. So one of the things that needs to be kept in mind is rather than trying to migrate the whole data, you need to have a strategy of okay what data you want to do migrate first, and what can wait later, so you can do that in waves. So that's kind of having a strategy upfront kind of helps with the go live implementation, get the best value for the transformation program. And also having like realistic expectations and timelines for the overall implementation, right? So that is where we kind of help kind of provide those expectations, so that like when you're implementing these programs, the expectations are set. And last but not the least, I would say like in the legacy world, you may not have integration with many systems, right? So this is a modern system like where when you're implementing these kind of programs, so you may kind of you may have an opportunity to have these integrations, have an integrated system in place where you are able to deliver document to various other systems during the workflow. So considering the integration scope also into the overall program is one of the key things, like as you embark on these programs actually. So overall, yeah, I mean, these are various learnings that we have seen over many of our not only insurance carrier implementations, but also in other verticals, so that we have brought together and that will help our customers actually.
Thanks, Prakash. And thanks to both of you for all your insights and content today. We're lucky to have this from two industry vets. So let's open it up to Q&A. You can use the chat box. We already have a few questions that have come in. I'd like to address the first one to you, Anurag, if you would. How does Newgen CCM perform for high volume scenarios and large schedule policy document generation?
Oh, sure. So let me give you an example where a customer where we have implemented it. It is arguably one of the world's largest insurance organization with more than 290 million policyholders. I mean, think of it. There are only few countries in the world who have more than 290 million population. So that's the kind of uh, number of policyholders or the customers are being managed on Newgen platform here. And in that, especially regarding the communications and the document generation, the platform is helping the insurance organization to generate more than 225 million communications every year in different shapes and forms like PDFs, emails, mobile SMS and texts, uh, delivered through portal, delivered through print, delivered digitally, delivered mobile, all of those, and many of these PDFs, depending on the nature and type of the communication, could be interactive, allows users to do several features like sorting, summation, and those kind of things. So it creates a lot of next future fit and next level of user experience, if you will, into the communication. Peter.
Yep. Thank you. All right, I think this next one, I think you both probably can tag team this one. Prakash, I'll ask you to go first. Do you have a case study where you migrated from one ECM solution to Newgen? And can you talk about how long it took for that project to finish?
Yeah, sure, Peter. In fact, I was going to show like one more slide actually to just kind of address this particular scenario. I think this is a perfect segue to this particular slide as well. So so purposely, like as I mentioned, like we work with insurance carriers as well as customers within other verticals. I've just taken this case study just to show the capability of Newgen's platform handle like large volumes of data, right? So we have a customer. It's a public service. It's a government entity where they had like a lot of around like 180 terabytes of data, okay, in their case management system. And so they were embarking on having a centralized repository, moving to chose like Newgen as a platform actually. So their initial Okay, so the initial challenge was so they had like a lot of documents and a lot of disparate systems that needed these documents, but they're not integrated actually. So providing a consistent experience and providing the right documents through different interfaces has been a challenge. So for this particular program, the 180 terabytes of data. So that implementation of that overall migration took over like around like 10 months, and we kind of did the migration in different waves actually. And some of the things that have helped with this migration are the tools and accelerators that we bring to the table. Like let's say like some workflow presets, right? So let's say you define some predefined workflows for certain use cases. So these are we bring in those kind of workflow presets that can help deploy those workflows. And user group creation or termination utility. So this is the very key aspect, like where you're able to create users in bulk or onboard or offboard the users in a easy way. And then workflow history plugin, so where you're able to bring in like comments or history from your legacy system and passing uh, to the new system actually. So that is also another plugin that is there, and a migration utility, right? So this is one of the key things that helped us implement those kind of migration projects, where you're able to handle process like bulk of data using this, analyze that source data from the source ECM systems, segregate and move it to Newgen kind of a platform using a tool based approach. So this kind of helped kind of implement that migration for a ECM scenario. And specifically I took this example because it shows the depth, it shows the strength of Newgen's platform in being able to handle like large volumes of data. Anurag, you want to add anything?
No, I mean, you have covered it. I would just like to maybe add a little bit color from the news and product standpoint, because we understand that whichever insurance organization, and like Prakash, you talked about other verticals as well, because news and platform is being used across different verticals. So wherever customers adopt Newgen platform, there is bound to be data migration and content migration, whether it is from a legacy content management or document management, or a primitive way of having file shares and shared drives. There are content which will be required to be migrated. So from the product standpoint, what we have done is we have come up with those APIs and those web services, which Prakash, obviously you have used in your tools as well. But essentially what those APIs do is, because these contents are not just simple files and documents lying in a folder. Sometimes when they are in legacy applications, there could be annotations applied on the documents, or the content. There could be comments, there could be notes which are associated with certain documents, and there could be multiple versions of the documents, and different annotations and notes could be applied to different versions of the document. We understand all of those capabilities, and we have come up with our APIs to manage all such complexities, and we enable our partner like LTIM to use those APIs and make it seamless and easy for the customer. We understand whenever a customer is looking, like you talked about 180 terabytes. If I am a customer, I have 180 terabyte of content. It gives me jitters the moment I start thinking that it has to go from one place to another. What if anything goes wrong? So we understand the criticality of it, and we make sure that it goes foolproof with product provided APIs within the tools that LTIM as our partner has built.
Yeah,
And there are
and the
several
same.
customers who have actually done that.
Yeah. And actually, like one of the points that I want to add in that particular case study was in the legacy system, like the users were not able to access the documents with. There are like 20 other systems that needed these documents. They were not integrated actually. But when we migrated to Newgen, we are able to leverage the APIs. We are able to establish that connectivity, integrate those 20 systems. So you're able to provide documents in real time to the other systems actually. So that provided improved the customer experience by, like, I mean, which was not that was not experience that was available for them prior to using Newgen. So
In fact, I would just like to add one more point. In fact, several of our customers we have been able to achieve is, when these migrations are being done, we have also been able to infuse technologies like artificial intelligence and give the intelligence within the content and its indexing in the way how the customer is going to search and retrieve from Newgen platform post migration. Instead of just going through the primitive way of searching, can we enable artificial intelligence? Can we do generative AI? Can we use generative AI so that customers can just ask question and the platform comes back with the result? So we have been able to achieve those in the recent few migrations and example deployments that we have done in last 12 to 18 months.
Um, Thanks. I think we have time for one more, and I can chime in first on this one. So, anywhere enabled integrations are not maintained by Duck Creek. If we go with an AEI, who will provide support if we run into any issues during the implementation, and who will support the connector post go live. So, um, a little bit for me before I turn it over to Anurag and Prakash. So there are two types of integrations with Duck Creek: AEIs and AMIs. It's a little bit of a strange naming convention, but work with me here. So the AEIs are integrations that have been built by solution partners like Newgen, SIs like LTIMindtree, and our consultant partners as well too. If you go on the Content Exchange, you will see hundreds of these different AEIs that have been built over the years. It's not feasible for Duck Creek to keep them all updated, although we do provide tools to help LTI, Mindtree, and NewGen keep them up to date. We give them access to Duck Creek environments and technical resources on our end. We do always validate and test the AEIs to make sure they work before we do post them into the Content Exchange. So that's the AEI, and that's what NewGen has with Duck Creek today too. There's also an integration known as an AMI. There's far less of these. There's probably 2 or 3 dozen of them. Those are integrations that Duck Creek has developed on our own, and those are integrations which we do support and provide support to customers both pre and post sale. So just want to make the distinction between AEIs and AMIs. Prakash, Anurag, anything else you'd like to add here?
Yeah. Anurag, you want to go first?
That's okay. I mean, but I can just refer it to what I was alluding earlier, right? We have kind of made this integration as an extension of our base product itself. And that helps our not only our customers but also our partner LTIMindtree to be able to use this integration APIs as a product. And when it is being used as a product, what it gives to our customers and partners is the maintenance, the support of all these APIs, upkeep. If tomorrow Duck Creek provides additional parameters, enhanced APIs, we include that into the product, and it gets seamlessly delivered to our partner LTIMindtree. And so the entire support maintenance of the APIs which are used in such integration are managed and maintained and supported by Newgen for both our customers and our partner like LTIMindtree. And of course, Prakash, you want to maybe add something from your perspective.
Yeah, definitely, Anurag. So so being a partner, so we are I mean, as you all know, like LTIMindtree is a premier partner of Duck Creek, working over 21 years. And so we have seen, so we through our partnership, like we have access to Duck Creek's environments actually, right? So, and we also kind of have purchased like additional environments for, let's say, like Claims Suite World, right? So we use this for our internal training, and we have established like internal innovation lab and a solution lab, like where we use these environments. And through our partnership with Newgen, so we have access to the latest and greatest from Newgen actually. So we are able to combine and build accelerators and tools that work seamlessly and integrate with both these systems, right? And through our partnership with Newgen, so we are continuously kind of managing and maintaining these anywhere enabled integrations, and be it like during development or the pre-sales stage actually, or during the development stage or post go live. So we'll be kind of jointly kind of managing and ensuring these APIs like work not only as the product platform, Duck Creek platform evolves as you go through, like let's say Duck Creek on demand, and tomorrow like Duck Creek active delivery and billing and claims as they evolve. So we kind of test these integrations and make sure like they are compatible with, are aligned with the Duck Creek best practices and standards, and they continue to work. And and similarly, like they work with Newgen platform, right? So that is where we jointly through our partnership, like we are helping manage and maintain those APIs and interfaces.
Thanks.
Just wanted to kind of add one more comment here, that for our end customers it becomes seamless
Yeah.
because LTIM gets this both from Duck Creek and Newgen, and gives one single point of support and maintenance for all the insurance customers who are using both these products together. So it becomes seamless for our customers.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. There are some other questions. We'll address those individually after the webcast. I want to thank everybody for joining. I also want to thank Prakash and Anurag for your contributions today. There will be an announcement about the availability of the webcast recording to all the participants and anyone who registered as well. So stay tuned for that. And thank you again for attending today's webcast, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Anurag. It was great speaking to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.